What is up, guys? So today we're going to be comparing the Apple AirPods Pro against the Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds. And if you guys are new to the channel and don't already know, my main daily driver earbuds are the Apple AirPods Pro, even though my main phone is an Android. And when I tell people that, they usually call me crazy, and rightfully so, because you're losing out on a lot of the features that these earbuds offer when you don't use it with an iPhone. But the reason I still use these over any other earbud I've used in the past is just that they kind of offer what I'm looking for in a wireless pair of earbuds better than any of the other ones I've found. That's why I was really excited when Bose announced the Quiet Comfort earbuds, because they seem to offer all the features that I was looking for, namely a premium sound and noise cancellation. But if you watch my review of these earbuds, you'll know that I chose not to stick with them as my daily drivers, and it was mainly for one reason. But just because they're not for me doesn't mean they're not for you. So watch the comparison and maybe you'll find out that these might actually be a better fit for you than the AirPods Pro, even though I chose to go with these ones. So let's start off by talking about the cases of these two earbuds. And in my opinion, Apple just kind of wins on all fronts here. So for me, the cases that come with these two earbuds are kind of on the opposite ends of the spectrum. On one hand, the AirPods Pro case is probably the smallest one I've used, while on the other hand, the Bose Quiet Comfort earbuds case is probably the biggest I've used. And if you've watched any of my other videos on earbuds, then you'll know that portability is one of the most important factors that I consider when I choose an earbud. And I always put every earbud that I test through the pocket test, which is just whether or not I think I will be able to carry these comfortably in a normal jean pocket. And I hate to say it, but the Boses just don't pass this test, while the AirPods Pro, I can carry them and just not even notice that they're in my pocket a lot of the time. But even if you ignore the size, I feel like the AirPods Pro case is just a lot nicer in general. It just feels a lot more kind of dense and more well built and just really solid. I also feel like opening and closing the AirPods case is just way more satisfying. It uses magnets and it just kind of snaps into place, and it's really easy to open it one-handed. It's also just really satisfying to kind of hear that snap all the time, and I just kind of fidget with it all the time when I'm not really doing anything. But with the Bose, it kind of has this plastic clasp design, and you have to press this button on the front really hard for it to open. And it's just not as satisfying, and it's actually a lot harder to open one-handed than the AirPods Pro cases. But I do think that the Bose closure mechanism is a lot more secure than the AirPods. Like, if you drop these on the ground, there's pretty much no chance that the case is going to open up and then let the earbuds roll around on the ground, which has happened to me before on the AirPods, and it was very scary. I do like, though, how on the Bose you get 5 LED indicator lights to tell you how much battery is left in the case, while on the AirPods there's just one light that changes color, and by the time it's red, it's just, you don't really know how much is left in there. You just know that you probably need a charge sometime soon. Of course, if you're using these with an iPhone though, it's not really that big of a deal because it'll tell you every time you open the device. They also both support wireless charging, which is great, but I gotta give Bose another point here for having USB-C instead of Apple's proprietary lightning cable. Okay, now onto the earbuds themselves, and I know beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but I think that the AirPods Pro are just a little bit better in my opinion. Like, the Bose earbuds are just so big and they stick out a lot, and they just look really funky, and I don't like the way that they look at all. Now, the AirPods are pretty objectively strange looking. Like, you have two little white stems sticking out of your ears, but at the same time, Apple has kind of made these into a cultural symbol, and everybody has them now, and it's kind of a lot more normal looking than the Bose, which kind of just look like another earbud. Again though, you can make your own decision about which one you like the look of better, but I like the AirPods Pro just a little bit better. And while we're looking at the earbuds, you'll probably notice that the Bose have a pretty funky looking earbud design, and those are Bose's Stay Here Max tips, which I actually really like. Despite their funky looking design, they actually fit in the ears really well and make it stay in your ear really well while being comfortable. And I think it's because the way that the AirPods are designed, they're mostly held in by friction. While on the Bose, there's something kind of like physically grabbing onto your ear, stopping them from falling out. But I think one of the issues with the Bose is that they're a lot larger and heavier than the AirPods Pro are. And because a lot of that weight is concentrated outside of your ear, it's pretty like uncomfortable when you're walking or running. Every time your foot strikes the ground, you're going to be able to feel the weight of the earbud kind of bouncing around and causing some discomfort. And it's not like a huge deal. It won't be painful or anything, but you definitely will feel it. So I'm not really going to call a winner here just because everyone's ears are different and I can't really tell you which one is going to be more comfortable for you. and they're both really comfortable, just kind of in different ways. Now, features wise, I think that the Bose pull a little bit ahead of the AirPods, And it's partially because on the AirPods, to access a lot of the features, you have to use it with an iPhone, which I think is a little bit discriminatory, which I do not support. But also on the Bose, you have access to an app that will let you change a lot of the settings on the earbuds, like levels of noise cancellation, customizing the touch controls, and just a bunch of other stuff. Now, one of my favorite features on the Bose that I don't think that the AirPods Pro have is self-voice. So if you're making a call or using the mic on the earbuds, you'll be able to hear your own voice pump through the speakers of the earbuds, which is really nice because it'll let you control the volume of your own voice if you're having a conversation in public or something, so you're not like yelling in a crowded area. So here's a mic test for the Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds. Now I'm just going to say a few sentences, say a few words, just so you guys can get an idea of what you guys can expect as far as audio quality goes for phone calls, voice memos, or if you're just recording a little video like this and you want to use the Bluetooth mics instead of the one on the actual smartphone. Anyways, this is what they sound like. Next, I'm going to move on to the AirPods Pro. Now, here's a mic test for the AirPods Pro. Now, a lot of people actually consider the AirPods Pro and AirPods kind of the gold standard when it comes to mics on in-ear Bluetooth headsets. So I guess you guys tell me. Let me know in the comment section down below which one you guys prefer. The mic on the AirPods Pro that I'm talking on right now, or the last ones, the Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds. Anyways, back to the video. Also, one of the headlining features on both of these earbuds is the noise cancellation. And in this department, Bose definitely beats the AirPods Pro. Now, they're both pretty good and they both will get the job done, but I think the Bose are just on another level. And I think it's also partially because on the Bose, you have both the physical seal of the earbuds as well as the active noise cancellation. While on the AirPods Pro, they have a lot of kind of holes in the earbud design, which allow a lot of sound to leak in. Like if I'm mowing my lawn and using the Bose, I can usually get away with listening to my media at about 75% volume. But to get the same amount of clarity on the AirPods Pro, I usually have to crank it up to full. And it's not really a big deal for me, but if you're looking for the absolute best noise cancellation, you're definitely going to want to go for the Bose over the AirPods. They also both have touch controls on the earbuds, but I definitely like the AirPods better than the Bose. And I feel like it's mostly because of the location that the touch controls are located. On the AirPods, the touch controls are on the stem and you just give them a little squeeze and there's kind of a pleasant click. But on the Bose, it's located on the actual earbud itself. And when you use them, it kind of sounds like there's just a big like drum pounding in your ear, and it's pretty unpleasant. Okay, but what if you don't care about any of that and you just want to get the earbud that sounds the best? And if that's the case, you definitely are going to want to go with the Bose. The Quiet Comfort earbuds have that kind of typical Bose sound signature where they have a really nice and warm full sound with a great bass response, slightly recessed mids, and a high end that's really not harsh at all at any volume levels. They sound very similar to pretty much every other Bose headphone out there, so if you tried it before and you know you like it, then you're gonna like these as well. The AirPods Pro don't sound bad though, and they still sound crystal clear with a pretty mid-forward sound. So vocals tend to be a lot more present on the AirPods Pro than the Bose. But if you want to look for bass response, the Bose are just kind of on another level from the AirPods. And I think if you were to ask most people, they would probably prefer the Bose over the AirPods. So overall, I feel like the Bose kind of beat out the AirPods in all the technical aspects. So like they have a better sound and better noise cancellation. But I feel like where the AirPods Pro beat out the Bose is kind of more the usability aspects. So like the case of the AirPods is much more small and portable. And to me, the usability aspects are more important than those technical ones. So I'm going to be sticking with the AirPods Pro over the Bose. And even though the Bose beat out the AirPods in those technical aspects, it's not like the AirPods Pro are terrible in any of those. Like they still have a decent sound and decent noise cancellation, just not as good as the Bose. But if you don't care about the case being really big, the Bose are a really good choice. Like I said, they have great sound and great noise cancellation, and probably the best noise cancellation in any earbud, at least that I've tried. Anyways, that's all for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful or at least a little bit entertaining. If you guys still have any questions about either of these earbuds, then just put it down in the comment section down below and I'd be happy to answer them. Remember to smash that like button, and if you enjoy content like this, think about subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss anything. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!